Hey guys, this is Miss Kelsey. I'm here for story time here in the courtyard of the Botanical Garden. This week our theme is water. So our camp theme this week is where the land meets the sea. So we're going to talk a little bit about water, and then we're going to do a craft having to do with mangroves because they can grow in salt water. So to start off first, I just want to show you guys. So here we have a water bottle that's totally frozen. You can see the ice doesn't move whenever I shake it or anything like that. And I just want you to keep that in mind, and then at the end of our story time, we're going to check back and see what's happened to our water bottle. So our book this week is called Hey Water. So we have a little girl here. She is wearing a mask. I bet some of you have probably gone snorkeling before. You have to wear a big mask that covers your eyes and your nose so that you can see underwater, and then you breathe out of this funny looking tube so you can snorkel around and see all the fishies and whatnot. So this book is by Antoinette Portis. Let's get started. Hey water, I know you. You're all around. Got water coming out of a faucet. You spray up out of a sprinkler and down out of a shower. You trickle out of a hose. And gurgle down the stream. So what do we have? There's some people floating in little inner tubes down the stream. There's someone having a picnic right next to the stream. There's some people fishing, catching some fish in the stream. And rush towards the sea, down the river. You cover most of the earth, salty, surging, and mysterious, in the ocean. Who do we have here? There's a whale swimming in our ocean. Sometimes you lie quiet and calm in a lake. So we can splash and play and yell in you. In a pool, I stomp on you and scatter droplets everywhere. In a puddle, in the morning, you wink at me from the blades of grass in a dewdrop. Sometimes you slide down my cheek without a sound in a tear. Sometimes you roar and pour in rain. Water, even when you try to fool me, I know you. You blast and huff, you whistle and puff and steam. You hide in the air and drift in a cloud. You drift in the air and hide the world in fog. Sometimes you freeze hard as a rock, like an ice cube, just like our water bottle. And a rock that floats, like an iceberg that floats in the ocean. Or a rock we can skate on, like a skating rink. Sometimes you freeze soft as a feather, like snow. And fancier than lace. But water, I know it's you. You're hiding in this funny guy, the snowman. And you're hiding in me too. Her name is Zoe. Water, you're a part of every living thing. A bird, a bug, a puppy, a plant, a fish, and a mushroom. When I'm thirsty, there you are, in a glass. Hey, water, thank you. She's taking a bath. So that's the end of our book. Thanks for listening. Like I said, we're gonna do a little craft and activity having to do with mangroves. So if you've never seen a mangrove before, most of you have probably seen them. They grow in the water. They're these trees and they have this crazy looking roots that look like they're walking. They're called walking roots. And so we're gonna learn about what animals live in a mangrove and kind of do a little coloring activity. So what you need, you're gonna need some markers, you're gonna need some tape, and some scissors for this activity. Attached to the video, we're going to have the template for our little mangrove craft. So it'll include the tree, and then it'll include another page that has all of our animals. So the first step is you want to color in your mangrove tree and all of the animals that you want to include. And then you're going to cut out your animals and tape them to different parts of the tree. So let's see, what did I do? I have a jellyfish, I have a angelfish, starfish, a lobster, a stingray, a horseshoe crab, an alligator, some manatees, there's a mommy and a baby, an osprey or a hawk, and a pelican. And there's more on our template that you can use as well. All right, so just checking back in. So we've got our water bottle here. You can see at the very bottom, some of it's already melted. So water, like we read about in our book, can come in a bunch of different forms. So ice, the hard ice, that's water. But then since it's so hot out here, some of it melted and became liquid, like the water that you would drink. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week.